Happy Sunday afternoon and welcome to the Nana Boss Continuum. Today I have another amazing guest for you guys. But first, a couple of little announcements. I just want to congratulate Krista and Brandy over at Blondes and Booze. They hit their 1,000 subscriber mark finally this weekend, and I am so excited for them. And I just want to wish them an amazing congratulations. And if you guys can, go on over to Blondes and Booze and let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, guys. Keep subscribing if you haven't already. And let's push them way past 1,000. Let's keep it going. So I want to do that. I want to congratulate them. And I just, I love them so much. And they're my sisters. They are my paranormal sisters is what they really are. And I love them both so much. And let's do some roll call real quick before we bring up Dale. We've got Mr. Gary Spikes in the house. One of my amazing super fans who's part of my membership on the channel here. We've got, let's see, we have Miss Penny Van in the house. We have Roger Blair in the house. Mr. Chris Henley, how are you? And Roger, it's so nice to see you. Catherine, thank you for coming. Krista, hi, honey, another member of the channel here. And I'm sure there's going to be more people filing in. I'm positive of it. Oh, Mr. Pyromedic, how are you? I cannot wait to see you in just a few weeks. And I've got, I don't know, there's like 4 or 5 people that I know are coming to the Ozark Mountain Conference. So I can't wait to meet you guys. I'm so excited about it. So with all of that being said, I'd like to welcome our guest. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm a rookie still. I'm only a rookie. You guys got to love it, right? So Mr. Dale Quigley had his first paranormal experience when he was just 8 years old. He was visited by a family member that passed away. And then when he was 17 years old, one of his best friends was killed, and he also had experiences with him. Then in 2006, he had a near-death experience where he was in a coma for 3 days. While investigating the Hinsdale House, it was the most intense investigation he had ever been a part of, and that he'd ever been a part of, where he actually got pushed out of the Hinsdale House before the investigation even got started. And Mr. Dale Quigley from the Paranormal Voice, everybody give him a warm welcome. Hi, Dale.
I love that guy. Where is he? Man, I'm going to meet that guy.
I'm going to
meet that guy someday. I thank you so much. It's such a great honor to be a part of your show and to be a part of your universe. I'm just so grateful to anybody even wants to hear me talk, because, to me, the paranormal is my whole entire life. I know nothing different other than the paranormal. So to me, when I say the paranormal is normal, it absolutely is. For me, it's the most normal thing in the world.
Yeah. I mean, for me, because mine kind of worked in the reverse. Like I started with cryptids. I've always had paranormal stuff. My whole life. But but where I started my real journey was cryptids. And now, hey, you can't hang out with Brandy and Krista and not get into the paranormal part. You know what I'm saying? And they're so full of knowledge. It's amazing. And it was because of them that I got to meet you and Michael John. So, I love it.
No, yeah, no, I met Christy and Brandy last year at the Potographs out in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Hmm.
Uh, love the show title, and yeah, they were absolutely amazing, and I love their energy. So yeah, Michael John, who is a huge cryptid fanatic. As soon as they said they were cryptid, I was like, all right, we got to get them on the show. It's yeah, we've met some amazing people like yourself through that, and like I said, the paranormal world, this universe, it's not a big one, but at the same time, it's great when you actually get to meet the people that you watch and you see and you talk to all the time. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it is. I have to say the people that I've met in the paranormal world, honestly, they have all been so sweet and so gracious and just lovely people, I have to say. So I was so thankful to get you guys on. So and before we even get started, let's just put it out there. Your channel over on YouTube is the Paranormal Voice. Everybody go and subscribe to them. They have a huge Facebook presence, but we're also trying to get their show, get it boosted, grow that YouTube, and but you guys are getting up there. You're getting there.
Absolutely. I think we're just a little over 200 subscribers now, which is absolutely
Mhm.
amazing. We love everybody. We're grateful that we've been blessed with our little success, because really the Paranormal Voice has really been going strong for about a year. We really launched this. It was June of 2022.
Wow.
We launched on the biggest platform, anyways. We launched the Paranormal Voice. It was a YouTube. It was part of another YouTube channel before. We branched out to be on our own, which we're very grateful for. The amazing support, the love, and you know what? I could sit here and talk about the paranormal all
All
day, every
day.
day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, because I just love it that much. I mean, there's so much interest and experiences and just knowledge. I love to learn, and yeah, it's just something
Yes.
that I'm glad that me and Michael John actually got to work together finally. Best friends since we were 5, and always thought about doing something together. And this kind of brought us together, which, like I
That's
said,
awesome.
very grateful. And we've met amazing people along the way, and we continue to meet amazing people. We're just two guys who love what we do, and we're just two Canadian boys. That's all we are.
Yeah. Well, you're just two Canadian boys who have been around the block a little bit, just a little bit. And today I'm so thankful that we're gonna show some of your evidence, your photos, a couple videos. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. I really, really am. So but okay, so we heard how Michael John got started in this, but I want to hear about like your first kind of paranormal, like where you went, okay, there's something to it. When was that for you? When you were
Uh,
young, right?
yeah. My earliest recollection that I can think of. I mean, like I said, when I said the paranormal's been a part of my life, my whole life, uh, it really has. But I mean, from the beginning, I only remember from 8 years old. I had a family member that passed away. So it was the evening before his funeral, and I
Mm-hmm.
was I was in my bed, and I woke up and standing in my doorway, and I looked at them and I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm only here to say goodbye, or I'm only here. Yeah, I'm here to say goodbye." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, I got to go." And I said, "Where are you going?" And he says, "Well, I'm not sure." And I said, "Well, are you coming back?" And he goes, "I don't know." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I was like confused, and I remember I was sitting up in my bed. So he turned around and he started to walk down this little hallway that was in this apartment that I was living with my mother. And I got up out of bed and I looked down the hall, and by the time I got to my doorway, he was gone.
Wow.
But
Wow.
on the floor of my bedroom, little doorway, there was a puddle of water. Now, the significance of the water was that this relative drowned.
Wow.
So from that moment on, I was like, okay, I never really put two and two together because I did know nothing about paranormal back then. 8 years old. Yeah, I watched Scooby Doo. Everybody watched Scooby Doo at 8 years old. But, Scooby Doo wasn't dealing with evidence being left behind
Right.
uh, in this sense. So, yeah, so that was always in the back of my mind. And I never really told anybody that story until I was I want to say probably my late 20s, maybe early 30s. I told that story. I always held on to that story because I never knew people that were into the paranormal, and I was raised in a Catholic family. So it's like,
Mhm.
the whole religious thing. So yeah, that was from that moment, that's when it kind of just always stuck in my mind. So that was really my introduction that I can remember into the paranormal, which it's a fascinating what happens when you're young.
Yeah. Because are you of the belief that we have we're more open when we're younger? Are you of that belief as well? Like you have a little more, you're just so open mentally, consciously. You're like kind of
Oh,
accepting of everything.
oh yeah, because as a young, when you're a child, you're not corrupted to think no. You're basically you're an open book. You're blank pages. You're
Mhm.
not confined to society standards on saying this is what you should believe, if this is real and that's not real. That's why when kids and their imaginary friends, I get these phone calls a lot. Is oh, my granddaughter says she's playing with an invisible friend. Yeah, okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, what should I do? Don't do nothing. It's she's probably playing with another ghost child, which is relating. I said, "There's no danger." I mean, stop telling them, "Oh, you're just imagining things." Because
Right.
I believe, you know what, as a young child and as an adult, I'm getting back to that and not stop so much believing what society wants me to believe, but to have my own thoughts and my own conclusions and my
Mhm.
own. My own thoughts, and I think that's where people need to be with the paranormal. Is what, don't be afraid of it, just open yourself up to it. There's nothing to be afraid of. In all the years I've been doing this, I mean, very little has scared me, and it's been a great journey.
Yeah, I mean, when we're thinking about being open and then you having this, near death experience that you had, do you also feel like that, because I haven't even heard that story, so I'm looking forward to hearing that story. But I'm curious whether when you're in that state and you're again, you're I don't really want to use the word vulnerable, but in a way you kind of are, but you're so open. Do you think that has something to do with that as well, with the near death experience?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I mean, that's even like when you're sleeping, right? When we sleep,
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
open ourselves up. You're at a higher vibration. You're allowed things are easily able to access. Which I mean, a lot of visitations that we do have all come to
Mhm.
us in our dreams. More people experience dream visitations than they do real life visitations from their loved ones.
Yeah. So you wanna talk a little bit about that? About this near-death experience that you had?
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody, I'll just pre-warn you, get ready to bring up the tissues because this is a
Okay.
story that okay, so in 2006, I lost my stepfather. Now I got to do this without crying.
You
But
wanna
anyway,
talk about something else?
no, no, you know what? This is a big. I mean, a lot of just before we get into the near-death experience, let me just talk about uh, my biological father. So my biological father passed away in 2005, and I experienced him quite a bit.
Hmm.
So me and my biological father were really really close. So like when he passed and everything, and then I think I just got home like 3 days, and I at that time I was trying to be a concert promoter, so I was promoting my first concert and everything. And I remember sitting in my little makeshift office that I had in my house, and I was listening to this song, I believe by Diamond Rio, I believe. And I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I was just crying and crying, crying. And I felt my dad. He put his arms around me, and it was like, boom, nothing. It was like I wasn't even crying. It was like tears just stopped. I felt great. Uh, so that was the start of to where I'm going with my near death experience.
Hmm.
So I was very blessed in my life. I had two amazing role models, my father and my stepdad. So a year later, my stepfather got really sick and he passed away. And so it was about 3 or 4 days after he passed, I had to go in for basic surgery. And I I ended up dying on the table. The only way they knew I died was that I was starting to turn blue, so they resuscitated me.
Wow.
And so while I was after resuscitating me, I was in a coma, and I woke up 3 days later in the ICU. And the whole time, my kid's mother and my mother were in the room with me the whole time. My kid's mother was pregnant for my youngest child at that time. So as I was under, uh, I remember seeing my stepfather standing in the corner of the room, and he kept telling me I can't go. And I said, "Well, what do you mean I can't go? I want to be with you guys." And he goes, "No." He goes, "You're not ready. You need to stay here." And I was
Wow.
like, "I don't understand." I'm like, I just want to go. And he said, "No." He goes, "You got responsibilities here that need your attention." So that's kind of when he disappeared. And I woke up. And the first thing the nurses said to me is like, uh, "Do you know what day it is?" And I was like, "Well, you guys." So I said the date of my surgery. They said, "Do you know the time?" And I said I'll be awake in about 3 hours. So I'm thinking about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
They're like, "No, you're so wrong." She goes, "It is now 3 days later. You've been in a coma." And I was like, and then as I was
Wow.
as I was talking to my mom and my kid's mother, uh, they said that I was spelling my stepdad's name in the air with my finger while I was in a coma.
Wow.
So yeah, it was after that. I mean, I believe a lot of my gifts kind of it heightened itself. I was
Hmm.
more aware of everything. I was starting to see shadow people. I was starting to hear voices in real time. Uh, whenever I would walk into places, I sense like all the energies in the room, which I've never felt before.
Wow.
So yeah, it was kind of a very unique experience, but at the same time, I'm truly grateful for that experience, I guess.
Right. Right. It sounds like it was a huge, shift in your paradigm. And Wow, thank you for sharing that with us. It's I can these those kinds of stories are they're emotional because they change our lives, right? They do. They change our lives, and especially when it's so powerful and you're able to kind of like be in a space with loved ones, that have moved on, and or you think that they've moved on.
Right.
Um it's my belief that they can kind of go and come and go when they want to, like I don't think that they're kind of really stuck. Like once they cross over, you're never going to hear from them again. I don't think it works that way. That's just my opinion. I'm no expert for sure.
Yeah, you know what, and I would have to agree with you on that because for the fact is that you know yeah, when they do cross over and then you get to see and they come back and they visit just to check in on you, let you know that they're okay and that you're
Yeah.
doing, because like I said, I talk to my biological father an awful lot, and I do get some pretty extraordinary things when I do
Mhm.
talk to him, when I am able to connect with him. I will share another story about my stepfather or my father in just a little bit because it's that one there really, really, that
Hits
one
home.
really, it's that's a heart wrencher, that one. But it
Yeah.
had again, it's like all these experiences. I love everything that I get to experience, everything I get to go through because you know what, it's all a part of the journey, and
Yes.
you know what, searching for the answers and why things happen the way that they happen. I'll never be an expert. I'll never claim to be an expert. I only know what I know, and this is why
Right.
I'm always sitting in front. Or going to these conferences are always amazing to listen to the speakers and listen to their journey and stuff that they've, because you know what, somebody out there listening will always be able to resonate what you're saying and help them along as well.
100%. 100%. So let's talk about this water scrying that you do. So when I had
Okay.
talked to Michael John, he does it with like smoke.
It's,
I'm curious, how does this work with water? I have to hear about that.
um, so yeah, I mean it's a basic very. I've learned the process from Steve Huff, a very well known paranormal investigator. He was doing it on his channel. So Michael John showed it to me, and I was like, "Wow, that's interesting." And for some reason, it just fascinates. Water fascinates me. I feel comfortable around water. Whenever I'm around water, whenever I am troubled, I go to water. So
Mm,
water, I don't. I think that water is my comfort zone. So when I saw this experiment being done, I was like, "Wow, that is absolutely fascinating." So how I do it, this is how I do it. So
mhm,
I always have not a really big steel bowl, but a medium sized steel bowl. I bring water with me. I set up my camera on a tripod facing down at the water. And then what I do is I'll initially just put my fingers in the water and I will energize the water with my energy. And then it's no different than a spirit box.
right.
I just swish the water just with my fingers, just swishing the water, making ripples in the water. And then what I do is I start talking, and then I ask like, if there's anybody around me. I explain what I'm doing. It's like I'm
Mhm,
just. I said, if you are around me and you want to be seen, you could show up. Just look into the water. I will be able to see you. And at the same time, I've got my phone. Usually, I record on my phone, and I record the whole session on the thing. And then, just like Michael John's water or smoke scrying, is I'll go back and I'll go frame by frame by frame and see if there's anything that appears. That comes up, and I mean, I got some pretty good success out of it because I mean it's different, it's unique, and I just love what you can capture sometimes, and the faces is just like so mind blowing. And
yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
just that's all. It's just the intent is pure, and I just want to see who I'm talking to. Yeah, like I said, it's like a spirit box, but I get to see reflections.
So you want to can we share while we're on this topic? Can we share one of your
Yeah,
photos where you did
absolutely.
some okay, let's do it. Let's see. Let me pull this up. Because that's I find because I've never, like I've heard about scrying, but like seeing your results and seeing Michael John's results, and you both got like this, it's amazing to me. I just think it's like fabulous. Okay, hold on 1 second. Bring it up. Let me see if I can enlarge it a little bit. How's that?
Oh, it's good.
Wow. I mean, that's just amazing to me. Like it's like it is right there. Like you
Right.
can't miss that.
Right.
Well, do you remember what your intention was when you were doing this? Who you were maybe trying to connect with?
Yeah. So this actually took place in a graveyard.
Mhm.
Uh, One of our friends that actually was part of the Paranormal Voice in its infancy stages. I took them out to kind of just do a little bit of an investigation. We kind of filmed it as part of the original Paranormal Voice YouTube channel, and
Mhm.
so I took her to this graveyard that I like so well. And so I've never attempted this in a graveyard before. This is the first time I ever did it in a graveyard. So what it was is I was getting a lot of connections on my Ovilus with a young lady who was killed in a car accident. And
Wow.
so her grave is actually at the end of this dirt road that in this graveyard. This was done a little bit further up. So yeah, I got everything set up. I was doing the intention. I energized the water, and then I kept asking her if she was there, if she could show herself to me. And I was like, so yeah, I did this was probably about 5 or 6 minutes. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to drag it out too long for the video. So I just did like a quick
Mhm.
demonstration. And when I was going back to the footage, I was like, wow. I was like, that looks like a younger female. And it looks like she was reaching over my shoulder
Yes.
to I don't know, she was trying to touch me, or I mean, I was feeling a lot because I'm in a graveyard. I'm picking up a lot of energy, and
Mhm.
it's pretty amazing. So yeah, this is what I've captured. And I don't know if I sent you the video, but there was a shadow person video.
Yeah, so let's see. You sent me 2 videos. Trying to remember. Let me see if I can let me open this one. I think that's the shadow person video. Let's see. Let me open this other one real quick. Okay, so there's one that has like when I first like kind of open it up, it has like it has 2 K2 meters there. It's not that one, it's the other one, right?
Yeah, the K2 meter ones that was taken at the Hinsdale House.
Okay. So it's the other one I want. All right. Now let's see here. I have to still learning how to do this, Dale. So bear with me.
Yeah, Marty, you're doing a fantastic job. I mean, I'm still learning because basically when the show first started, we had somebody else doing all this, and they were very good at it. And I sat back and I learned from them. So yeah, whenever I'm trying something new, I'm always nervous because it's technology, right?
It is.
So
Oh,
Anybody here would like to talk to
hold on.
me or talk to Lucy? Remember, we're not here to harm you, we're only here to communicate. So I just filmed for the last 3 minutes, so I'm going to stop it at this point.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do later on, I'm going to go through all my evidence.
Did it just stop? It was only 41 seconds.
Yeah.
Should I play it again?
I couldn't really see it. I don't know if it's
Yeah, and I'm not sure why I'm having. Let me try this again.
Anybody here would like to talk to me or talk to Lucy? Remember, we're not here to harm you. We're only here to communicate.
But for those that are watching, I will post this video on our wall somewhere or on YouTube.
Yeah, do that. Post it on your channel, and that way people will go over and subscribe to you so they can watch it.
So what happens in this video that so I was in front of the camera, and then the other person was behind the camera. And you could see, like, walking right between us is a shadow person that walked right between us, and you could see the outline of the person so well. It looks like somebody from the Victorian era because they had looked like a very thin neck, but they had that dressing that women used to wear, the really fancy dressing. And you could tell her hair was done up in a really nice, neat bun, and you could actually see her dress outline that was poofing out. Now, I don't think that was the person that showed up in my water. I think that was just somebody else that just happened to be walking through at that moment. But yeah, it was very interesting, and like neither one of us seen it. Until they called me at 2:00 in the morning going, I can't sleep now. I saw something in the video. I'm not going to be able to sleep. I was like, what are you talking about? And they sent it to me, and I was just like blown away. I was like, wow, that is absolutely amazing. But yes, I will post that on our YouTube channel. But yeah, you can see it because they did a perfect job. They were very good at editing to slow it down so you can see the person walk right through the screen. So yeah, absolutely. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but you did send me a photo of like a shadow person. Is that a photo? Okay, so I can show that.
Yeah, that was my very first investigation as a paranormal investigator.
And you caught this on your first time out?
Yeah,
you
I know.
Go Dale. High five. Wait, is it this way? Yeah. High five that.
This way? There we go. Yeah. That's it.
This is an amazing photo. Wait till you guys see this photo. OMG. This is amazing. Yeah, you sent me, you and Michael John have some really amazing stuff. I mean, because I want to make this a little bigger.
So yes, this once again was taken in a graveyard. There was 3 of us there because at that time, my own personal paranormal team, which I call High Spirits Paranormal, we went out. We were all new to the paranormal, so there was around here we have this urban legend area. It's Texas Road. It's in Amherstburg, Ontario. It's just got a lot of urban legend to it. So we went out one night and we said, hey, let's go to Texas Road and see what we can find. So we were standing in the graveyard. So in the graveyard, there's a big statue that stands in the middle of this graveyard, big cross. So we were standing all there together. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a 360 video of the graveyard just to see what I'm going to capture. So stood there, did my whole thing, just turned slowly, did a 360 of the graveyard, went home that night, did my first evidence review, got a lot of really good EVPs. I wish I still had them. They all got lost. But yeah, we had some amazing
Wow.
EVPs. But as I was going through the video, it was like I saw something, and I was like, "What's that?" So rewind the video, watch it. I was like, "Wow, that's somebody standing there." So I called up the other two guys who were with me, and I'm like, "Are you guys standing by a tree?" And they're like, "No, we were all standing together. Remember?" And I was like, "I thought so." And there was nobody else in the graveyard with us, and they were like, "No, it's just the three of us." So I was like, "Guys, you're not going to believe what I caught." So I was able to still photo the video on this frame,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
the next day I went back to the graveyard in the break day, and so I looked at where this photo was taken, and so I was the shortest guy who was investigating that night, and I stand 5'10". So the tree that this would have been, the lowest branch would have been about maybe 3 feet off the ground. And it was like, and I showed this to everybody, and it was just like, guys, there was a shadow person standing there watching us this whole time. And I said, I was pretty geeked about it. Like I say, I love my kids to death, but I carry around more photos of ghost people than I do
Well,
of my own children.
so let me ask you, so where was this light source that we see in the photo? Where was that light source at? Because I mean, it doesn't look like it's in front. It looks like it's
Yeah.
illuminating from the rear of
Right.
the entity.
So you see the white post that's in the background? Here, I'm
Uh-huh.
pointing at the
Yep.
screen like everybody can see what I'm doing.
Yep.
So
Yep.
there's a white post in the. So that is
Right
actually
here.
a road. Yeah. So there is a road right there with a street light. That's where that.
That
That's where that illumination would be
got
coming
you.
from. Is the street light. So like that's all surrounded. That's a tree line. There's that post, and then just beyond that, there's a street light that illuminates that area. So yeah, that's captured that pretty. That's pretty. Like I said, that was pretty amazing, and considering I didn't know what I was doing because it
Yeah.
was my first investigation. But yeah, no, that's my very first evidence that I physically captured for the world to see. Now, the funny thing was that is as that was happening, one of our investigators didn't know it, but he was standing on a like a pillow bed gravestone. And we
Mm-hmm.
went back and we got an EVP to say, get off.
Wow.
I was like, I said, see, they don't even like it when you when you stand on them. So that's one thing I do when I go investigate, especially in graveyards. I always find myself apologizing and saying sorry that I'm walking over you because I actually
Yeah,
feel like I'm hurting them.
it feels like it feels like disrespectful. So I get it. I get it. I would be this. I am just. I'm telling you, this photo. When you sent this photo to me, I was just like, holy. I mean, okay. So let me ask you this: have you ever thought maybe it wasn't a shadow person? Maybe it was a Sasquatch. It looks like there's a tree line back there. You never know. But I'm like
Uh,
that because it looks very, very tall. I mean, it looks
well,
very tall to me anyway.
uh, well, yeah, well, that's the photo blowing up because, like I said, the where that
Okay,
person
you
is
guys
standing,
zoomed in.
the tree itself is probably no more than 7 or 8 feet, but they're standing underneath a branch that's only 3 feet off the ground.
Wow.
So, I mean, it could have been anything. I mean, I can never say 100% it was a shadow person, it was a ghost. Uh,
Well,
it could have been an alien for all I know,
right.
because of, dealing like knowing now what I know, and the education that I get from our good friends Deb and RJ DeRoos, who are organizers of the UFO Contact Convention.
Hmm.
RJ was one day going, "So, are you sure all your EVPs are really spirits or energy?" it could be aliens trying to contact you. And I'm like, thanks, RJ.
Right.
Now I have to go back through all my evidence again if I was ever able to find it again.
Right.
Because you know what, we don't know. But I mean, I just say it's a shadow person because at
Yeah.
that time that's all I knew.
Right.
I knew of
Yeah.
shadow people. I've never
It's wild
this
though,
was because this is obviously before my gifts were ever kicked in, and now it's like I see shadow people
all the time.
quite regularly, which
Yeah.
don't freak me out anymore. But like I said, for this, I was pretty proud. Very, like I said, it's mind blowing that I think somebody explained this to me. It could have been, I guess, there's what they call keepers in graveyards. They are energy
Okay.
that they protect the graveyard. And I was like, is this really a thing? And I've read stories, and yeah, and I've had
And
other experiences in graveyards of energies like approaching me, and but yeah, so yeah, like I said, I
that's
don't know what it
awesome.
was, 100%, but I
Mhm.
mean, I just say shadow person because that's all I
Yeah.
see is a shadow. But it could have been a baby Bigfoot. But I
Could have
mean, if
been.
I was that close to a Bigfoot, Michael
That's
John's
awesome.
gonna go camp out in that place. Michael
Yeah.
John's been there. Michael John's been there like a few times with
Yeah.
his groups as well. So, uh, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's like I said, it's a shadow person. I've never captured it. I haven't really gone back to that graveyard since because, like I said,
Yeah.
it's mostly about the urban legends in that place. It's got some pretty cool stories that are attached to it, but I've never been able to experience any of the urban legend stuff. But
Right.
this is the one thing that I did capture, and like I said, I'm very proud of it. It's
Oh,
an
it's
amazing capture.
amazing. It is an amazing piece of evidence. It's one of the better ones I've ever seen, honestly. You guys have gotten some really amazing things. Like this is the holy grail, basically. It's amazing. I just want to really quick. I just want to say, shucking it down with cornbread. Again, I love his screen name. I can't help it. I always got to say it. He did subscribe to your channel, and so did Aussie Sue. Thank you guys for that. We really appreciate it. We want to get them, get their subscriber count up, and so yeah, we appreciate you guys doing that.
And
Um,
me and Michael John appreciate it too. We love all the support in the community. Like I said, we're very grateful for you and to the Blondes and Booze and to the Get Haunted people, Sarah Jane and Rob. They've shown us a lot of love, and we've been really able to like network with each other and get everybody's viewership up. And that's what this community is all about: showing love to one another. Because really, you know what? Put all the drama aside. We're all here for the common goal. We're all here to learn. We're
absolutely.
all here to
Mhm.
to talk to one another and to compare our evidence. And
Yes.
I'm just down to earth, day to day kind of guy. I'm nobody special. But you know what? I just love the paranormal so much that I love meeting new people, and that's why we love going to all these events. Is because we
Mhm.
get to the train
Let's
conductor guy. So, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
let's talk about this photo. This is another, let me blow it up a little bit without getting it. Hold on one
and,
second. Without it getting, it's not too pixelated right there, is it?
no, no. The
Okay.
photo itself is pixelated because it looks like I was shaking when I took the picture. But so
Oh, you can still see it though.
uh, so this here was taken at a place. It's called Heritage Village. Uh, it's a place where a lot of the local paranormal investigators in our area go. It's a place where they have a lot of the homes that were brought to this one area because they have some history behind them and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So this is actually taken in a caboose that is just outside one of the original train stations that is actually on the property. So at that time, you can't go in it anymore because it's really broken down. But we're sitting inside of this thing, and it's like the freakiest thing ever because when you sit down, you con yourself, you actually feel like the train is moving. You feel like it's moving side to side. And it's
Wow.
stationary. It's not moving. It's locked in place. It
Oh,
cannot move.
oh,
So
wow.
we were inside this. So right where this would have been like the back door of the caboose. And I kept hearing something in that area. And so the whole rest of the train, I mean, it felt like a normal temperature. It was like 80, 85 degrees in the rest of the caboose. But when you get towards this back area, it dropped down to 40, 37, 40 degrees. And we were like, wow, like what's really going on? So we had all our equipment there. And I was just snapping pictures. I'm like, something's going to show something. And when I got home that night, I was like, it looks, to me, it looks like somebody with a beard, looks like they're wearing coveralls. So
Yes.
I think it's, to me, it would be somebody who worked on the train. Uh,
Mhm.
so I have the same interaction with the same person when I go inside the actual train station itself, because the back area of the train station is like a little workshop area. Now, the running joke now is every time I go there is this one energy likes to punch or hit me in the middle of my back.
Wow.
When it first started happening to me, I'm like, "What the hell, dude? Like, what am I doing here? I'm being respectful. I'm saying thank you. I'm saying nice things to you. Why are you kicking him?" I just come to the conclusion he just doesn't like people in his workspace. So I, so
Oh, okay.
I think that's him. So now it's kind of like the running thing. Every time I go there, I say hi, and I'm still trying to get him to give me his name. He won't give me his name. But yeah, I'll stand in the doorway, and sure enough, center of my back, just a punch or a push, and it was just like, "Thank you for
Wow.
that. I'm glad you're still here."
Wow. Wow. All right,
So,
let's check out this other photo too, because this one now I've got two of my viewers. Well, they're not just my viewers, they are my friends, Jane and Garrel, and they have channels as well, Midnight oh my gosh, Midwest Night Watchers and Shiro Sounds. I'm going to be doing a show with them soon. But I loved this photo when I saw it, and they're going to resonate with this because they've been having these same looking little wispy things in some of their videos and their interviews that they do with people. So I found when I saw this, I thought, oh boy, that looks so much. Look at this, guys. Look at that thing.
yes, that is actually one of my favorite pictures. I mean, I love the shadow person because you get to see him, but this here, like this place here. So the history of this place, it's called Mackenzie Hall. It's located right here in Windsor, Ontario. It's part of
Uh-huh.
the oldest part of Windsor. It's called Sandwich Town, and it's a big building. Nowadays, it is used as a theater, a dance studio, just regular offices. It's owned by the city. So, but originally it was built as a courthouse because it's connected to the original Windsor jail here, which was built in the early 1900s. So this was taken in the courtroom. They still had the courtroom set up. So we were walking through, and and the person behind me just snapped a picture.
Out of
And
nowhere.
when we were out of nowhere, just taking pictures. And yeah, when we came back, I was like, wow. I'm like, that looks like either a piece of an arm or it's something just flying across my back at that very moment. And the whole time I was there, I mean, I was like, the hairs on the back of my neck were standing out, and it was like amazing energy in there. We actually had the grid light set up, and on the judges' desk area, and
Mhm.
we were behind the table. We were at like kind of we were reenacting a court case when all of a sudden somebody says, "Here comes a judge," and through the grid you could see lights starting to disappear.
Interesting.
So
Well,
yeah,
Freaky Geek makes a good point. It does. He says it kind of looks like a light reflecting on the top. Like it does. It does look on the very top of it that it almost like it's illuminated. It looks like on on the top of it. Very interesting photo. I just love it. Love it. Love it.
that place there. I mean, that was actually taken with, because I mean, really, with a flash, because that courtroom. I mean, if you didn't have a flashlight, you'd be tripping over tables. It's that dark in there, because the lights, even it's outside. This was taken at probably about 11 o'clock at night. But yeah, no, like I said, the energy in that place is very, very interesting. Got a lot of great history.
Wow.
The one person that haunts the place is very angry, but he has all right to be angry.
So let me ask you, I mean, what is like tell me your favorite, like what was your favorite location that you went and maybe you didn't get great, amazing like evidence, but yet you had an amazing experience. It like sticks with you.
To me, my most memorable to date will always be the Hinsdale House. That place did mess me up. I was it took it. It will always have a lasting impression on me for what happened to me there. Uh, as you said at the bio of my show, that at the beginning of the show, I was actually pushed out of the house by an unseen entity after I watched two other people walked into the house in front of me. I walked in, and it felt like I walked into a brick wall. And
Like it was just like a brick wall of energy. Like
well, I got, it was like boom, right dead center of my chest,
wow.
and it was just like,
Wow.
and I stopped dead, and I was just like, I looked, and I was just doing, what the hell just happened?
Right.
And I just turned around. I did a 360. I walked back to my car, and I was sitting in the passenger side of my car. And one of the investigators goes, "Dale, you don't look so good." And I was like,
Mhm.
"Something does not want me in that house." I'm like, it's letting me know it doesn't want me in that house. And so I said to when I lifted up my shirt, there was like a handprint in the center of my chest. That's how hard it. But
It
man,
was the push.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and
So,
it was
oh
all
wow.
amazing. Like I said, one of the most memorable, most intense places I've ever been. But I tell people, you know what? I still highly recommend anybody to go and check out the Hinsdale House. It is an amazing location. Dan Class, amazing guy who owns the Hinsdale House. And like I said, if you are a paranormal investigator, it has got to be on your list somewhere
On
to
your
go and
bucket list. Yeah. Okay.
because I'll tell you that house does not disappoint. It lives up to its hype, but you know it's just one of those very unique places, and
Mhm.
I'll never forget it. I mean, there's a lot of, I have a lot of investigations that I went on. I just was at the Palmyra museum in Palmyra, New York, with the Get Haunted crew.
Okay.
Another amazing experience. I brought my now 20-year-old son with me. He came with me on his very first big investigation, and that was another place. Did not disappoint from the moment we walked in there. It just, the whole room just lit up like we were standing in the general store. And Kyle, I believe, from Get Haunted, asked to give us a sign, knock on a wall, give us something.
Right.
And we were all circling around and standing like in the middle of the room, but a whole circle. And without hesitation, it knocked on every wall in the building around us. It was like, well, we
Ooh.
said, if this is just the beginning, then we are in for a full
A
night of treats.
full on experience. That's
But
amazing.
yeah, but the Hinsdale House will always go down as
Mhm.
my favorite investigation to date. Now I'm going to OSR in November, so I don't know. It might become my new favorite thing because I've never investigated a prison before, so this is going to be my first prison. And for those that don't know, the OSR is the Ohio State Reformatory, also better known as the Shawshank Redemption. And that's where they filmed the movie.
Wow. So let's share the other video that you sent me. Let's share this is an amazing, you know, I just, this video is really cool. So let's definitely go. Hang on. I gotta pull it up. I gotta make sure I get it and click all the buttons in the right order. All right, here we go. Hold on. Can you guys see it? You can see it, right?
Okay, oh, yeah. Yeah, this one's.
All right. Let me take that down. And Shucking It Down with Cornbread. Thank you. Thank you so much for liking and sharing. It means so much to me and to Dale and Michael John. We really appreciate it, guys, so much for
absolutely. We love everybody on the side. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in today to listen to me talk. I mean, you know, like I said, and I thank you, Marnie, for having us a part of your wonderful show. And
of course, you guys got to be a regular or something. I can't, you know, y'all just got. Hey there, Danny. It's so good to see you, honey. Thank you for liking the show today. Go subscribe to the Paranormal Voice over there, Danny. I know you like to subscribe to people. All right, here we go. We're gonna check this video out. Make sure. I hope we can hear it good. Let's see.
Because I got as high as 2 4 there. Okay. And then it just like stopped. Well, they need a rest.
Hello, who's here? Let's do some meeting.
Yeah, Dale's isn't nothing.
Nothing?
Might not know. See there? See,
So-
it seems like when one stops, the other one goes.
I read a little bit about your interest.
6.6. Yeah.
Did you actually do any?
Now they're both
I
going.
do. I mean, that's what I mean. I came here as an investigator,
Yeah.
and then became kind of infatuated with it because of the amount of activity. As you guys are seeing, like it's just activity. You know, like you go into places sometimes, you know, be lucky if you get a K2 hit or an E.
Wow.
So that was taken at the Hinsdale House. So back then, I know it's changed up since we've been there because this was back in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So right in the middle of the kitchen was this glass case, no electricity, nothing attached to it. Just had some artifacts that Dan was able to get from the house. There's a doll that belonged to the little girl that lived in the house. And that stuff there that you were seeing, that was all from the exorcism that was done on the house.
Wow.
Now, there's been a few exorcisms done on the house, but it goes away, but then it comes right back. So that was just some of the stuff that they used to do the exorcism on the house. And we put the white one that you see on top was just put on the glass. We weren't really investigating it. We were just talking to Dan, just kind of getting the lay of the house, getting set up, getting our equipment all plugged in. And then, like we said, we just looked over and our equipment was just going nuts. And we're like, what the? And yeah, it was because it was close to the exit. The energy in that house does not like that stuff at all.
Well, HQ says just wanted to say a quick hello to Dale. Nice to see you.
Hello, HQ. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
We do. We absolutely do. And everybody's saying their pleasantries. I love it. I have the best viewers as far as they come in and they just support me. And not only they support me, they support like all of my amazing guests. So thank you guys so much for your support today, for sharing this out, for liking this video. And Are you guys going to be anywhere coming up, or what do you guys? What do you have? What's coming? I know you guys got to have some stuff.
Yeah, no, actually, this week here is our exciting week. We are headed up to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, to be a part of the Maya Paracon, as Michael, John, and myself like to call it, the WrestleMania Paracons. It's a 3-day event. 24th, 25th, and 26th up at the Quigley Casino in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. It is absolutely amazing. The who's who of the paranormal is there. They have so many great lectures, so many great things that are happening. They have workshops, they have lectures. But I'll tell you, it is the place to meet new people and just to hang out, talk to all the para celebrities, and just see how down to earth a lot of these people are. So if you're in the Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan area, come on down. The Paranormal Voice is going to be there. Michael, John, and myself, we're going to be hanging out for 3 days, partying with the best of them. And we're going to be doing our live. So when we're at these events, we like to do lives all day. So you never know who's going to pop up on our show. So stay tuned. We'll always let people know, we go live throughout the whole entire day. So yeah, that's our next big adventure is the Maya Paracon. Okay. And then August 29th, we have Kyle Magnus from Get Haunted's going to be on. Kyle is an amazing guy. I got to investigate with him at Palmyra. So he's going to be on our show. We're going to be talking to him about the White Hill Mansion. He is a regular there. It's like his second home. So we're going to be there. And then in September, we are September 22nd and 23rd. We are going to be in Holt Lake, Michigan at the UFO Contact Convention. Another amazing convention put on by our good friends Deb and RJ DeRoos. If you're into the UFOs, come on down there. Another amazing event at the Lakeside Resort in Holt Lake, Michigan. And then a week after that, we are going to be at SageCon for Kings George, Virginia, with MJ Dixon, who puts that on. MJ is a huge investigator from the UK. She's got the SageCon over the UK, but she has an American version. So we're going to be there. You got like the who's who there. You got the Godfather, John Zaffis is going to be there.
Oh, wonderful.
Jeff Belanger is going to be there. Like I said, another amazing event. And then in October, we are going to be at the Warren Supernatural Paracon in Connecticut. That's Saturday, the 28th, I believe, of October. So yeah, we are all over the place. We are out there. We are meeting everybody. Come on down, talk to us. You never know. We might end up putting you on the show yourself because we might like your ghost story. So if you got a creepy, freaky story, come on down to these events. Say hi to us. Pick up one of these amazing T-shirts because, like I said, this is what helps us along. But yeah, no, we keep ourselves busy. I really have a couple. We are all over the place.
Yeah, you got to keep, because like I just started keeping a spreadsheet because I can't so Krista was like, I'm like, Krista, I can't keep track. And she's like, just do a spreadsheet. That's what I do. And I'm like, are you serious? I don't know why it never dawned on me to put together a spreadsheet to help track stuff. I'm like, duh.
Absolutely. Like me and Michael John use a calendar. We throw everything on the calendar because, you could get lost easily and never know, okay, what am I doing? So, yeah, when you're trying to live a normal life, work a normal job, and then do our passion on the side, it gets chaotic at times. But you know what? It's a lovely chaotic. We appreciate everybody. We love to meet everybody. So yeah, if you're at any one of these events or in the area of any one of these events, come on down, say hi to us. We'd love to meet you, love to talk to you. You know what? And just hang out.
Yeah, just really quick. Freaky Geek has a question. Who's John Zaffis? Can you explain who John? Yeah,
you don't know who John Zaffis is. Wow, that's a first. John Zaffis is like the godfather of the paranormal. He is the nephew of Ed and Lorraine Warren. He had the hit show The Haunted Collector. that was on for many seasons.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, he's an
He's a big.
author.
He's big.
He, like I said, he's the godfather of the paranormal. Like he's
Yeah.
been doing this. I think last year at the Maya Paracon celebrated 50 years of the paranormal,
Wow.
and I'm like, and who better? He learned from Ed Warren. So I mean, when you grow
Right.
up in the family and you keep that tradition going, an amazing guy, also lovely,
Yeah.
lovely guy, full of sense of humor. You never know what you're going to get when John Zaffis is around, but an amazing guy. You got to check him out, and his lectures are off the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Because, not a lot of people it's kind of strange for me, and it happens to me all the time, right? So I know who these people are sometimes because we're watching the shows, but sometimes there's so many shows we forget who's who in the world, right? So sometimes we have to gotta kind of break it down a little bit because I know I can get wait a minute, wait, what? And Chris will go, well, da 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 da, and I'll be like, wait, remind me, which show, which the there's a lot of because the paranormal world is huge. It's not, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not some little thing. I mean, it's
it,
quite
it is,
extensive.
and it's a great network, and like I
Mhm.
said, we are truly grateful. Like I said, there's a lot of great things happening out there.
Mhm.
For those that are out there, like check out gethaunted.com. Check these guys out. They're amazing.
Mhm.
They're doing all kinds of investigations across the United States. Amazing group. Check them out. Check out what they're doing. And like I said, you never know who's going to show up at one of their events either, because
Right.
like I said, they. But yeah, no, it's a big world, but it's not a really big world when we look at it. But yes,
Yeah.
it's always amazing. We love support. We want to say thank you to everybody who subscribes to our channel. Show us some love. Anybody who's listening, if there's a show idea or somebody you would like to see on a show, email us the paranormal voice at gmail.com, or send
Right.
us a message to our messenger page,
Uh-huh.
Facebook. Like I said, send us a message. We're always up to talking to new and exciting people. Like I said, you never know
Yeah.
who's going to show up on our show,
Right.
because we love just getting everything out there.
Mhm. Yep. Thank you. Dale, thank you so much for being here today. This has been such a fun show, and I love the evidence. I love it when I get to share some of you guys, you know what I mean? Like it's so amazing. Thank you so much for allowing me to show and share your evidence on my show with my viewers. And it's just such a blessing. Thank you. You've been a blessing,
I
and
appreciate it.
yeah, so we're gonna get you. Don't worry. We're gonna still keep promoting you guys. And then I'd love to have both of you together come on too. So I
Oh,
definitely
me and Michael John in the same room, but I don't know. I don't know if most people can handle that.
it It is so fun. The only thing bad is I know we're going to run way over an hour. So you and Michael John have to make sure you got to give me more than an hour for that show. That's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. We love you guys. We love the Blondes and Booze. Like I said,
Yeah.
everybody, thank you so much for showing support, showing up today, listening to me and my sappy stories and my paranormal journey. But yeah, no, we want to say thank you so much for having us on. We really appreciate it. Yeah, we'll come back anytime you want.
Okay.
And hey, I look forward to meeting you in person one day. So we have to figure out where we're going to be close by you and get you down to the show, so we can hook up and have some either drinks or some coffees or teas, whatever your preference is. We're
It
all good.
sounds good. It sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. As long as, just it's that fellowship, it's that fellowship that you just get to, you don't feel weird, right? Because everybody around you is weird. And you're just like, oh, I feel so comfortable because everybody here is into the same thing I am. So it's like, yeah, I definitely want to try to get to the next Michigan one. It's coming up right now. So it'll probably be next year. But yeah, I definitely I want to plan a trip at some point for the end of the end of this year. Still not sure exactly what. So I've got one more thing I want to do at the end of the year. So who knows? Maybe we could
Absolutely.
Maybe we could meet somewhere in Michigan and do some fun ghost hunts or something for a weekend or something. So
Absolutely. We'll hook up with BMR. We'll go hunting some Bigfoot together because
Oh yeah.
that Bigfoot, Dogman. Well, I'll stand back when everybody else goes watch for Dogman. I'll be the one to make sure that I'll call and say, "Yep, see y'all later."
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's like Dogman's like the one thing that I'm still very like, oh, I don't know about this. You know what I mean? So I'm right there with you, Dale. Thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here. Can I put you backstage and you can hang out for just a minute while I say goodbye to my peeps?
Absolutely, appreciate it. Thank
Awesome.
you again, everybody. We'll see you. We'll see you down the road, and happy huntings, everybody.
Yes. Thank you, Dale. Wasn't that another great show? Amazing evidence. Just like they have such a great chemistry together as well when they interview people and things like. So you guys definitely, if you haven't already, go over and subscribe to the Paranormal Voice. I do want to bring up one more thing. I know the ticker has been going down on the bottom of the screen there, but I do want to bring up where is it? It's not our, but there. Hold on one moment. Forgive me, guys. 1 second. I don't want to forget to promote the Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference and Expedition, and that's going to be on September 16th. They're limited space, guys. So if you're going to make it, time is of the essence on this one. So I have Shane Carpenter and Marianne Ziebel who will be coming on the show. And we're going to talk Sasquatch, and we're also going to talk about the Ozark Mountain Bigfoot Conference and Expedition. So, guys, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the Paranormal Voice. I really appreciate it. Wait, one more. Oh, why is it? Okay, sorry, guys. It wasn't coming off the screen. I don't know why. I just want you guys to also remember Blondes and Booze. Go over, subscribe, like, share, comment. Just comment and say, hey, congratulations, ladies. Let them know. Just like good vibes and let them feel the love. And one other thing I got coming up is I've got several shows. They're already up. They're created. They're there. I've got like 11 or 12 shows coming up. I have a couple of pre-records I'm going to be doing they will air while I'm away and while I'm at Ozark. So those are going to be fun. And there's just one more channel that I do want to plug before I go. Hold on 1 second. And the other channel I do want to plug with you guys is Grizzlies on the Hunt. Please make sure that you guys go over there and show them some love too. I'm going to be back on their show in a little, probably in the next month or so, probably in beginning October, something like that. So definitely do it. Gary, thanks for dropping the Blondes and Booze link in there. So again, guys, sorry, such a long outro, but thank you guys so very much for being here today. I love you all. And don't forget, always spread love and kindness wherever you go. Have a great week, everybody.